Hello mathematicians, puzzlers, and other curious people. In this video we are once again looking at the Test 2 review guide from Math 0325, and the problems we are looking at, two of them together in one video this time because they're using linked information, are about writing a ratio and converting a ratio to a percent. So the information we're given is that there are 24 girls and 36 boys in a school band. We're told to write the ratio of boys to girls in simplified form. So first it would be helpful to write the ratio in non-simplified form. So that would be 24 girls to 36 boys. Now, what do we mean when we say a simplified ratio? Well, if we have 24 girls, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 8, there's 12, and 24, and then 36 boys. Let's see. So one natural question you might ask is whether there is a way you could discuss this same ratio, a comparative amount of two quantities, but with smaller numbers, so it's easy to sort of mentally keep track of it all. So we saw that one way that could make it easier to draw this was to consider them in groups of 12, because both 24 and 36 are multiples of 12. So it turns out that that's the key. If you can find a number that is a factor of both, meaning that both groups can be grouped down into, we can say, okay, well, for each 2 girls, there would be 3 boys. So, for example, for these 2 girls here, there would be 3 boys that correspond to them. And then 2 and 3 are both prime, so they're not going to have any more common factors, so this would be the simplified form. Now the next part of the problem asks us to write the ratio of girls to students. Well, how many students are there? So there are a couple of ways we can handle this. One way is we can just say, okay, we can calculate the total number of students, which will be both the girls and the boys. So let's see, 50, 4 and 6 is 10, so 60. So then that non-simplified ratio would be 24 girls to 60 students in all. And we could simplify that again by dividing out the 12. So that would give us 2 to 5. Now, if you want to be lazy like a mathematician, you could also notice that if you add together the two numbers in the simplified ratio, 2 and 3, you would get the simplified version of the whole group. Both ways will give you that same result. So whichever way you get it is fine, but really the second way is a little bit easier. It's, like I said, it's a lazy like a mathematician thing. Since we've already done the work of dividing, there's no need to divide again. Now, the next problem asks us to convert a ratio to a percent because it asks what percent of the school band members are boys. So we're asked to use some information from above. Because what we have here is a part out of whole relationship. So it's out of the school band members, what percent are boys? So we could say that that's the same as, let's see, 36 boys out of 60 students. And that would be a fine way to proceed. But there's a lazy like a mathematician method. It turns out that's the same as the simplified 3 boys out of 5 students. From there, we would proceed the same way, stick it in a calculator. 3 divided by 5 is the decimal point 6, but it asked us for this as a percent. So that would be 60%.